And I went, I remember saying to myself, what kind of trouble can I get in tonight? Can I figure out how to make some money?
If you have big goals in life, the closest way to achieve them is by doing everything that you can to try to do that. Don't lollygag and piddle around and try to avoid doing that work, but figure out exactly what you need to do and go do that in order to achieve your goals and achieve your dreams. It might consist of things that you don't want to do, but will be extremely beneficial to you down the line. And it might be something that doesn't seem helpful, but once you get to the point of success, you'll realize how extremely vital that was in your trip to success. So many people decide not to take that path in life and decide to settle for all these distractions and things going on throughout their life.
People go, well, I can't afford to get into a place like Beverly Hills.
A huge portion of that would be just scrolling through social media on your cell phone. Imagine if you didn't do that for 30 minutes a day and you put 30 minutes a day towards working on your dreams and goals, but how much time that would add up and end up being extremely beneficial to you and your life and your aspirations. But not all of it's going to be that easy. Some of it's going to be challenging to you and push you in that direction that you want to go. It's going to be tough. It's going to be challenging. There's no getting around it. Just after you complete all these hard struggles and hardships throughout your life, once you get past those, it's all going to make sense, because when you achieve the level of success you're looking for after going through all these trials and tribulations, it's going to make that victory so much more sweet.
Authority, exhibitionism, self-sufficiency, exploitativeness, and vanity.
How can you find your life's purpose? How can you find your life's purpose? I remember asking myself that. And if I had a time machine right now and I could go back to my 12-year-old self, this is what I would say to him. I'd say, Tai, remember, the quickest way between 2 points is a straight line. Go directly towards what you want with focus. While the whole world is distracted and lost, you go directly towards it. You'll get there a lot quicker than most people. I'd also tell myself, build on your strengths. If you're an outgoing person, build around that. If you're a shy person, do things behind the scenes. Steve Jobs was shy. He built Apple behind the scenes. Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook behind the scenes. Too often we see other people's strengths. We want those to be our strengths and we say, I'm gonna do that. No, you can't build on weakness. You can only build on strength. Remember that. You can't build on your weaknesses. You can improve them a little bit so they're not so bad, but you can't build a life around them. And then I would tell myself, lastly, I'd say, remember this. You can get almost anything you want in life, but it always takes a tad bit longer than you think. In fact, in my life, I found it always takes me 1 year longer than I think.
I remembered back to what my grandpa said though. He said, look outward. So I started asking around, will somebody help me? And my uncle said, you know what, Tai, you need somebody who's gonna show you how to make money. So I was like, great idea. I'm gonna go find somebody, but I didn't have any gas money. So I was stuck there at my mom's house at $40. So I walked to the kitchen. That's what I could afford to do. And I found a Yellow Pages and I opened up this Yellow Pages and I looked in the finance section and I found this guy and I said, I'm gonna go visit that guy. I found a suit. I got a suit out of the closet. It wasn't mine, it was too big. It looked weird on me. God help me. I don't know what I looked like when I showed up at that guy's house, but got somebody to drive me in, and I showed up, and Kathy, as secretary, opened the door, and I walked back, and this guy, Mike Stainback from the phone book, I walked up to him and I said, Mike, you don't know me. If you show me what you know, because I figure you must know a lot about money if you can afford a full-page ad in the Yellow Pages. If you show me what you know, I'll work for you for free. And I'll never forget, he was sitting in this chair, he had a big mustache. He looked kind of like Tom Selleck. He was sitting there and he just rolled his chair towards me. He said, you know what, Tai? I've been looking for someone like you for 20 years. Show up in the morning, I'm gonna show you what I know. And sure enough, he did show me. And he began to mentor me on business.
If you're watching this and you feel lost, it's better to just sit down and be like, I'm lost. Because the day you admit you're lost is the day you allow yourself to be found by people who can give you a tip. Prudence is the ability to make the right decision. And I can't tell you how many entrepreneurs and non-entrepreneurs, even me at times too, I'm not special, I'm lumping all of us in this. Because of our upbringing in society, our goal is, let's say our goal is like that camera right there. So let's assume that's north. So I have this compass in my brain, and my goal is to go right there. Let's say it's a mile away, so north. What happens if society, my upbringing in school, wired my compass exactly backwards? So I think, let's say I can't see that camera, but I know I want to go north, so I pull out my compass, and it points that way. So I just take off walking. And I do it in an organized fashion. I do it in a perfectionist manner. I'm perfecting my steps and my posture. I'm also working on, hard work and hustle. Keep walking towards your goal. Well, the truth is, if you go south when you should go north, you could have gone 1 mile, but the earth is about 24,000 miles in circumference. is you have to have a map of success. So think about, in the olden days, they used to bury treasure, and to find it, they would have a map. And if you didn't have that map, you could spend all the hard work, all the time, all the effort, all the labor you wanted. You never would find the treasure. And the school system failed us. Let's just face it. Elementary school, junior high, high school. I'm not saying all school is bad, but I'm saying there's things it didn't teach us. We didn't learn the proper tools. And so we weren't given the map to success. And that's why so many people are in debt, and why so many people are depressed, and why so many people have financial trouble, and so many people don't know how to invest their money. It comes from a lack of a map, and I want to give you a map. And that's part of why I've traveled to 40 or 50 countries. Once I was sleeping on that couch, I found a mentor, Mike Steinbach. One thing led to another. I began to business network and began to travel. I've been to, New Zealand and Japan and South America, Bolivia, Chile, Germany, all these countries around the world where I found mentors who gave me a map. They said, here, Ty, here's what worked for us. I remember being in Germany with a guy who invited me, and he was, 30 years older than me.